And one of the most important things I think is clarity. So right at the outset, the parties can agree which property or certain identified property will belong to one of the parties completely. So it won't be shared during the marriage, or it's not up for sharing in the event there are divorce proceedings later. Secondly, certainty. Again, at the outset, they will agree how their finances will be divided in the event there is a divorce later on. Transparency. Now, if there has been all the relevant financial disclosure, each party will know the value of the other party at the time the prenup was signed. And this can also include wealth that might come to an individual in the future in terms of, say, family wealth passing down or inheritance. So it's important then that you're aware of what you're signing up to financially. You would hope that there would be a saving on legal fees. Now, there will of course be costs involved in preparing, negotiating terms of a prenup, but we would like to think that the cost of the legal fees of having a prenup will be far lower than if you had to litigate in the future if there were divorce proceedings. Number 5 I put down there as asset protection. A particular party might be concerned about certain assets and they want to ring fence them so they fall outside what we call non-matrimonial property. They come out of the matrimonial pot in the event there are divorce proceedings. And this could be in relation to an inheritance, specified gifts or pre-marriage assets. So these are ones that you don't want for sharing in case there are divorce proceedings later on. Number 6 is debt protection. There may be that one party at the time the prenup is entered into is, you're aware that they maybe have a high level of significant debt, or that they might have a high level of debt during the marriage, and the other party may want to protect their assets, so their assets are not used later to discharge those debts. Number 7 I put here as key family member protection. One of the parties or both may have children from a previous relationship or marriage, and there might have been specific financial provision for those children. So you might want to identify or earmark those particular assets to always be available for those children in the event this marriage may or the intended marriage, should I say, breaks down later on. Again, asset protection on death. You may want to earmark particular assets and really to set out what your wishes are in terms of particular assets that you would say you want to go to maybe grandchildren or children in the future in the event of death. So there's a clear record in terms of wishes and what was agreed in terms of particular assets. It's often considered that it can improve communication. Now, when people talk about finances during a relationship, some people find it quite uncomfortable and they can be difficult discussions. So some people believe that if you're able to talk about your finances at the outset of a marriage, that may then enable or strengthen the parties' relationship and the marriage to have these discussions. And lastly, I put there is autonomy and freedom. So it really is the possibility of people being able to set out their terms, their wishes, in terms of how they would like their assets or the finances to be resolved in the event there is a divorce without a decision being imposed upon them by the court. But obviously that all depends on whether the court upholds the agreement.